room hot as shit. What up? What up? What up? Imagination is in the motherfucking building. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied not once to me. KT the veteran, you ain't never lied. Y'all was on here fucking with Marvel Tokon. Not right now. But I've been messing with Marvel Tokon. That's been my new thing. I haven't gone live with it yet, but I will soon. I will soon, bro. I was just on YouTube talking about how they had me, the shadow band niggas got me on, man. They don't want to see me win, but it's okay. Because I win regardless. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, bro? What up, Gene Diggs? What up, Sonny Loves the 1990s, a.k.a. Bullet the Dragon? What's the word? How are you doing? How you doing? Oh, you can see my light. I'm bugging out. You're not supposed to be able to see that. You're not supposed to be able to see that. Let me see if I could squeeze this in even more. There we go. There we go. Yeah. You know I'm here for this roast session. Oh, that's you gotta be, baby. I mean, not baby, but you gotta be, homie. You threw the Wolverine. I had to throw in the Wolverine, man. I had to throw in the Wolverine. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's supposed to. It better look good. It better look motherfucking good. What was I about to say? All right, so I gotta get into my bag. I gotta get into my mother effing bag, yo. So first and foremost, let me just welcome the homies. You know what I mean? How's everybody doing? I'm just gonna check the chat. Gene Diggs, what's the word? Gary Tyndall, so imagine with your hoe ass. Yeah, that's right. You in the building with your whole ass. We the imagination. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. The imagination. Like a nation of Imagineers that imagine things based on the things they saw when they was younger and they make it better from their imagination. Ooh. You ain't think about that. What else we have? I'm hot as hell in this room. KT the King, how are you? I'm alright, man. I'm alive and well, you know what I mean? Trying to take care of my health. Quick question: why did these movies have werewolf and dirty? That's the same thing I was thinking, Gary Tyndall. Both of them got their dead tape movies in there. Both of them got dead tape movies in there. I'm trying to remember where's the dirty movie in American. Oh, right at the end, he went to see the dead tape movie in the theaters. Yo, back then, first of all, I just want to talk about the fact that they used to show porn movies in theaters, and then. Who got in trouble for jerking off? Somebody got in trouble for pleasuring themselves in the porn movie. I'm like, why y'all got it on? What do you expect people to do? It's porn. It's crazy to me. Anyway, let's go back up. Sonny Loves the 1990s says, question, is it imagination or imagination? The second one. I don't know, actually. I think I like the first one better. I think it might be the first one. Sonny Loves the 1990s. I think I like the first one better. That's more fire. That's more John Blaze. Did you do a song for the Howling? Yes, but I haven't posted it yet. I haven't posted it. I'm going to post that on Tuesday. Imaginers. Yeah. Imagineers is already copywritten by Disney, so boo. That was Pee Wee Herman was in there getting freaky. He was in there being he's in there being a perv. It was Pee Wee Herman who got caught. I see you don't have your Masterpiece Theater going. Oh, not today. But should I do that moving forward? Y'all want me to do the live with the Masterpiece Theaters? I think I agree with Imagination. Yeah, it looks better. Sonny Loves the 1990s. You ill for that. How you feeling? How you living? BGP, I'm feeling good. I'm living great. How are you, brother? I see you going hard on the video game content. I be seeing you out there. I be seeing the clips. Bro playing all types of games, man. If y'all don't follow BDBGP does video game content and it's funny. So y'all should check him out. And he be going hard. I wish I had to. I be trying to do so much, man. I haven't really been doing the video game lives as much as I used to. But I'm gonna get back on it. I promise y'all. Jacob Bowser said Pee Wee Herman got in trouble for exposing himself in the corn theater. That's a fact. Jack and Terry are the same category with Brendan Adventures and babysitting. Jack and Terry, what am I losing it? So here's what I'm gonna say. I was trying to give people some time to get in here. Where my man Metal Mayhem? He usually be one of the first in here, but maybe he got something going on. But one of the first things I was gonna say. So this is what we're gonna do today. I'm trying to schedule. I mean, to kind of have notes for my live, so I remember what I want to talk about. And the first thing we're gonna talk about is werewolf transformations, because fuck is we doing, bro? But we're gonna get to that. Then after we do werewolf transformations, I got some things I want to say about the American Werewolf in London, which to me might be the greatest werewolf movie of all time. My brother told me that they said it's a comedy, it's a horror comedy. There's nothing funny about that movie. Nothing in that movie makes me laugh. There's nothing funny about that movie. It's a tragedy, man. It's a sad, but I'm gonna get into my opinions on both of these movies and the fact that they're like, you know, I never really liked horror movies where the hero doesn't win, but for some reason these movies feel satisfying. But anyway, that's me going on right. So I'm gonna go into my thoughts on that, and then we're gonna talk about the Howling, and then we'll talk top 5 werewolf movies. And then I'm gonna get off the live. So that's where we at with it. BGP says, let me run through these comments real quick, and then I'm gonna jump into werewolf transformations. All right, appreciate fam. I'm all about showcasing all different types of gaming. Salute my G. Yeah, you out here doing it. Gary Tyndall, where's the imagination encyclopedia? Ooh, I didn't think about that. Jack from America. That's a really good idea, Gary Tyndall. Jack from American Werewolf and Terry from the Howling is who I'm referring. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Lily first said that was such a setup, because why would you go that close to see he was touching himself? Yeah, that shit is though. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But also my thing is like, that's why they don't have them shits no more, probably. Like, what you expect motherfuckers to do in a dirty movie? You just gonna watch it and be like, Like, I'm confused. Like, I'm confused. To me, that's why it's wild to me that they actually really used to do that. BDBGP said this was a dope double feature, fam. Yeah, thank you, man. I've been wanting to do it. I almost didn't do the middle part, but then my brother was like, you got to at least do it and see what it looks like. And then I did it, and I was like, this is how funny. I got to use it. I like the build to David becoming a werewolf in American Werewolf in London. Great suspense building. Lily, right? And that kind of thing, that's a fact. Lily first says, Sonny, exactly. If that activity is a problem, then those theaters shouldn't be allowed to exist. That's a fact. That's what I've been saying. Dude Wolf needs to be turned into a full hit single. Dude Wolf. Part of the reason they stopped showing it in theaters is because of the availability of VCRs. I mean, I to me it's just wild because porn has got, back then it was a little bit more classy, but now porn is just, I mean, corn. I gotta say corn. It's just crazy. It's like, oh shit, oh my god. Ludacris got his ideas for his extreme body parts concept for his music video from David's Transformation in American Werewolf. This is the last comment I'm gonna read before I talk about werewolf transformations. Honestly, what your bro said sounds valid, only because I heard someone say that something, that same thing about Under the Cherry Moon. They said it was a love story, but a few people said it was a comedy, though. It is, I mean, I feel like Under the Cherry Moon is funnier than American Werewolf in London, though. Under the Cherry Moon is wild funny. Like, the scenes with him and, him and Jerome, and they're just looking at each other and whatever like that. He's like, bitch, I slapped the waves off your head. It's funny shit in that movie. All right, so here's the thing. We got a low viewer count today. I don't know what's going on with my algorithms all across the board, but it is what it is, man. I gotta keep making the content. What I'm gonna do, stop, because I'm whatever. With that being said, I just want to say, what's up with these long ass werewolf transformations, bro? Somebody got to talk about it, man. Yo, if you sitting here for 20 minutes, I'm gone. I don't even understand how werewolf kill rates are as high as they are in the movies, because I'm out, bro. I am out. As soon as I start hearing, I'm out. You're not catching me. I'm out, bro. Dude sat there and transformed 20 minutes into Howling. She just sat there like, no, I'm gone. That's why, hold on. First and foremost, what's dude's name? We're gonna come back to the Howling, actually. Let me come back, because I have to do a whole bit on how much I respect homie, whose wife got killed in the Howling. When we talk about the most gangster of all this, we talk about gangster. Bro went and got them silver bullets pulled up like what it is. What's good? Gangster. But this werewolf transformations take entirely too long, and they look entirely too painful. I'm cool, bro. I don't. It made me a vampire. If I gotta be a monster, make me a vampire. I do not want to be a werewolf. That should take too long, bro. Sorry. What's the other thing I want to talk about? All right, so American Werewolf in London. Sonny says, BRB. We'll be here when you come back. Spartacus Deadwood. Hour-long transformation. Yeah, man, if you don't get out of here with that shit. The scene from American... Casey the King says, the scene from American Werewolf with Nurse Alex telling Werewolf David she loved him from the pilot episode of The Incredible Hulk. When Elena telling David Banner, though, the Hulk that she loved David. Okay. I haven't seen that show in so long. Chris is the guy with silver bullets in the Bible. Yeah, Chris is gangster, bro. We gotta show my man respect. But we're gonna come back to Chris. Alright, so here's the thing. American Werewolf in London. Yeah, we talking werewolves. We talking werewolves, Splice Kizzy. Alright, so here's the thing. American Werewolf in London. White people, I know we got some in here in the chat. Why y'all just be doing, y'all be so, like, adventurous. Just adventurous. Yo, they just out walking along a road? First of all, F a werewolf, it could be all, what other creatures is out there? Nah, B. They just out walking along the road, bro. They in the back with the sheep. First of all, I love how they showed them in there with the sheep, because that was a good foreshadow. But also, it's like, they walked into the tavern. First and foremost, we got to burn the whole town down. The entire town got to go. Exploded. Nuke it. Off the face of the fucking planet. You mean to tell me they let them two babies go out? Because they was children. They was kids, man. Whether it's in a 20, 21, they was kids, man. You gonna let them two boys walk out there? You know it's a goddamn werewolf in town? Because he asked the question, man, first and foremost, I wouldn't have left. It's too dark out. But that's because if it was me and my man's two black dudes backpacking, I'm not going. Even if it's me and my white friend, I'm not going. We staying here, bro. Y'all gonna have to fight us to leave. Because it's mad dark out and y'all don't got no street lights. You talk about staying on the road. Like the werewolf can't walk from the grass to the road. The fuck is that gonna do? What is that gonna do? And dude got the nerve to come back looking like a goddamn Italian sausage split open and be like, you're gonna turn into a werewolf. You're gonna die. You were the reason that we ended up out there because your dumb ass didn't know how to mind your business. We in the town, we don't know these people. They being nice to us. You asking questions about like judgmental questions. I don't need to know why they got a 5-point star, bro. Hopefully I don't get sacrificed tonight. Mind your business. Mind your business. I wouldn't have left though. They'd have had to physically remove me. I'm not going out there in that dark night. Bro said stay on the road, and they just if you watch the movie, they just walking on the road, and then they just on the grass. I'm like, yo, they said stay on the road. Why y'all in the grass? Whew, look at me. Let me go back to the comments real quick, because I know I was just ranting for a little bit. BDBGP said, I'd rather be a vampire too, because the way they were turning into werewolf looked painful as hell. And in the Howling, they didn't make it look as painful. They didn't make it. The people didn't make sounds like it was painful, but it looked crazy. Like the face was bubbling. I'm good. This nigga looked like a fucking shook up can of soda. Appreciate you, Gary Tyndall. David made sure to take his clothes off before he changed it to a werewolf. He got ass naked. He's like, y'all fit to see these balls. Splice Kizzy, they walked in all the darkness, fog, and everything, and reject the idea of staying in the bar. Yeah, they was bugging out, in my opinion. Arrest everyone in that town for not telling them there's a werewolf on the prowl. Who's that? Hope Caps, right? Yeah, man. Ren Wilson. Hold on. All they had to do was stay off the moors. That's the fact. That's what they told her to do. I'm back. Husband called me. Okay. Hey, man. Got to do what you got to do. No casing. That's a fact. David straight left Jack when that way. He damn sure did. He got the fuck up out of it. He didn't know what was happening. And then he realized, he's like, oh, I can't leave my man. So he came back, but man's dead already. That werewolf is no joke, bro. Those werewolves are tearing people to pieces. The black werewolf would have had the Jerry curl. Spartacus Network. Yo, that's wild funny. He said the black werewolf would have had the Jerry curl. Imagine the werewolf like, with the Jerry curl. The werewolf would have been like this. That'd have been wild funny with the afro. Oh, man, that's funny. Hold on. Splice Kizzy, they sure didn't say, hey, psst. I said, psst, there's a werewolf outside. That's what they should have said. Yo, hold on. First of all, the woman in the bartender, I would like to say that she like the auntie of the town, right? And that's how you know she wasn't black, because a black auntie was like, y'all not gonna let them babies go out there in that dark night with that damn werewolf. Y'all ain't gonna let the babies go out there in a dark night with that werewolf. Baby, come in here. You gonna stay with me tonight. Have you a drink? You want something to eat? You want some pie? You want some soup? It's cold out. You've been walking all this. Get you some pie and some soup. She just closed the door. Maybe I dare one of y'all motherfuckers say something too. That shit is crazy, bro. They really first of all, but it's not even about here's the thing about the town, why the town got to get exploded. It's not just the fact that they let them go out there when they knew a werewolf was out there. They know the curse. So you know he gonna turn into a werewolf. You know one of them survived. You know he gonna turn into a werewolf. You gonna send him back to London, to a city with mad populated people, so he could kill people in the town. And at least in the town, y'all should have just kept him in the town. Been like, yo, this is what happened. This is what's gonna happen to you. You gotta stay here. Because if we send you anywhere else, you're going to kill people. At least in this town, we know what it is. We can contain it. We know when to stay in XYZ, right? They send him to a populated city. Bruh, come on. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Also, just a reminder, if y'all can, super chats are always super duper helpful. Pun intended. Anything y'all can offer, whether it's like $2 or $10 or $30, whatever you got, It's helpful. It helps me continue to make content. And it helps me to invest in myself and my content and things that I'm doing. You know what I mean? Also, if y'all know anybody who's an editor, I'm looking for editors so I could have somebody edit these lives, because I edited the live from last week, the Batman, the animated series live, and I condensed it to like 15 minutes where I'm just going through a lot of the episodes, but that shit took a long time. So it would be nice if it'd be nice to have somebody to do that for me. And of course I'll pay. Cypher Locky sent GOAT trophy for 1,000 jewels. Appreciate you. Metal Mayhem was in the building. I was wondering where he was at, because you usually be here first. What up, Metal Mayhem? We talking American Werewolf in London. David started hollering like Richard Pryor when Dude Wolf got jacked. That's a fact. He got up out of there. The werewolf transformation looks very painful versus a bite and boom, fangs. Leather pants and a blouse with the Mariah Carey hair blowing. David started having first-person N64 James Bond 007 dreams. That's a fact, yo. Yo, David got bit by the werewolf and started dreaming in first-person shooter, bro. That shit was wild funny to me, man. He started dreaming in first person. He was having some wild dreams. Whatchamacallit, Karen was having dreams too. Karen White. We're going to get to her soon. What else did I want to talk about? Shout out to the kid saying no all the time to Nurse Alex. That's a fact. That kid was funny. Why was the release of his friend's soul dependent on him when he's not the one who killed him? Because the thing is that the werewolf curse lives on. And so in order to stop the curse, the person has to end their own life. But then that also brings me back to that whack ass town. Y'all know how to curse. Y'all. So you telling me dude knew that all he had to do was just die, and whoever he had killed. So that means that the guy that was the werewolf in the town was being haunted by ghosts all this time. He just okay with them wandering the never realm. He just okay with that because the curse is passed down. I'm like, yo, that's whack, bro. Let those people live on. Let those spirits leave. So he just running around like they could have been finished the curse. They said the curse, they could have finished the curse. They could have just killed the dude a long time ago. And then we wouldn't have this movie. All those people wouldn't have died in London for no reason. I know those hobos tasted crazy too. Also, yo, that nurse, she was a little too thirsty, yo. She was thirsty. You could tell she ain't had nothing to watch. She was thirsty. She was thirsty. She brought homie back and was like, yo, just so you know, I'm trying to get it popping. We ain't friends. That's what she laying back in the crib. She's like, we ain't friends. I ain't had a lot of partners, but I'm letting you know. You live here, you gonna have to give me something. You have to come about the drawers, sir. That's what she said, you have to come about the drawers, sir. Immediately. I'm like, girl, you were reckless. Bro, a whole werewolf. You could have gotten eaten. She had no idea that she was on, if she could have gotten eaten. They're going to pull up on her like, David, I love you. I'm like, girl, he a werewolf. He finna eat you. You lucky them cops is there. She'd have been mincemeat. Woo. All right, let's go back. What else we got going on here? Lily keep asking good questions. That's a fact. When David had a dream inside a dream, when he was already having a dream, David had a dream inside David was in Inception. David was definitely in Inception. He imagined the werewolves as soldiers. That shit was funny. Metal Mayhem. The scene. Well, hold on. Where's Metal Mayhem? The scene where Banner's transformation into the Hulk, in an effort to cure himself in the Incredible Hulk, was a homage to the American Werewolf and transformation in American Werewolf in London. The transformation in American Werewolf in London is easily the greatest werewolf transformation of all time. It's incredible because it's like it looks painful, but it's like it's a long transformation, but it's not really that. Like I felt like the transformation in the Howling when dude was turned into a werewolf and his face was bubbling, that took way longer than the American Werewolf in London. I could be wrong though. I have to time to see which one's going. But that transformation was crazy. Um, Metal Man 2024, the Imagination Encyclopedia is here. That's a fact. You know what I just was thinking though? When you said Imagination Encyclopedia, I was like, that would be cool if I could make a book that was like called the Imagination Encyclopedia and it just had all information on stuff that we know about, like movies and characters from movies. That shit would take me a long time to do, but Silver Bullet, Reverend Werewolf was looking like a teddy bear. He damn sure did, but the bro turned into a damn Teddy Graham. I did that movie too. Again, that whole damn town needs to be arrested. That's a fact. Get the town out of here, man. They trash. Uh, Iron 6617. Another great remix for your review for American Werewolf. Definitely up there with the Monster Squad cover and the Doctor Doom Spider-Man. I appreciate you. Spartacus Network. Homosexual werewolf and like, oh yeah, he was in that crib. I don't blame him too. He like, yo, I'm finna eat all her food. Cause she a nurse. You know she working at all hours of the night. Metal Man. Hope my cat is having pain again. Hobos tasted crazy. What the hell do you think the regular humans tasted like? Teddy Grahams? I don't know. We'll be laughing at. How she got with David, but she didn't become a werewolf. Well, he didn't bite her or scratch her. That's why she didn't become a werewolf. You don't become a werewolf from sexual contact. Hold on. Then how come he didn't see the other people the previous werewolf killed? I mean, that's a good, Lily First, you make a good point. You make a good point. Maybe the previous werewolf didn't kill nobody. I don't know, maybe the previous werewolf. Maybe because the town knew what was going on when the full moons would be, that he wasn't able to kill anybody. I don't know. But you're right, that's a little bit of a plot hole. That's a little bit of a plot hole. Dude, you have ruined my internal monologue when I watch movies and TV shows. That's what Chris Barrett, 8377 says I've ruined his internal monologue when he watches movies and TV, and I don't care. That's what I'm supposed to do. Now, when you watch something, you gotta say so match X Y Z Z Z Z X Y Z Z top. Except Jack. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of confusing. My thought process was that Jack came to him because they had a bond and that was his friend, and then he showed him all the people that he killed. So I don't know. Because maybe it's like the werewolf died, and so then it's passed on. So after the werewolf, I don't know. You're right. It's confusing, but it is what it is. The homeless people dog senses the dude wolf David and was like, I'm out. Took off. That's fact. Got up out of there. That cat hits the David when he got locked out. Yeah, that cat was like, you a werewolf, bro. I know a werewolf when I see a damn werewolf. I call Metal Mayhem that because he be educating us with almost everything. You and still do. Yeah, that's a fact. Metal Mayhem know everything about all the movies and everything. He just be knowing. All right. So this is the part where we're going to transition to talking about the Howling for a little bit, and then I want to hear everybody's top 5. Well, I'm going to go over what people said on my post, then I want to hear your top 5 werewolf movies. But here's my thing. All right, so moving on to the Howling, right? First of all, I just want to say the Howling is an incredible movie. Both of those movies are really great. But Homegirl wasn't shit. You know what I'm talking about. As soon as they got down there, first of all, the psychologist wasn't shit. Because he knew there was. Why would you bring her out to where werewolves? What's wrong with him? Why would he want her to become a werewolf? Like, what was wrong with him? Why did he think that was a good idea? Come out to this secluded area in the woods We're werewolves. Fuck is wrong with you? Stupid. But we gotta talk about home. We're gonna get back to homeboy, but we gotta talk about homegirl. The she wolf. When you talk about yo, she was on some shit, bro. She was like, that's your husband? Not no more. She as soon as he got there, she was like, yo, ain't no men coming through here. Ain't no men coming through here that I don't get to smash. She's like, I'm smashing all the men in the commune. That's your man? I'm smashing them. Chris would have came up there, she'd have smashed Chris too. She was on some shit. As soon as he got there, she was trying to smash, yo. He came through with the with the bunny, the rabbit to make stew. She tried to smash that night and then forced it, and then turned him out using her brother. She was foul, yo. Had her brother make him a wolf, and now he got to smash because he a werewolf. That's what they do. Bro tried to come back in the crib in the morning time, like shorty Karen wasn't gonna know something was up, with scratches on his back. They had the nerve to slap her. That shit was crazy, yo. Bro turned up. Howling 3 is great because they in Australia. What up, Full Circle Radio? Full Circle Radio says Howling 3 is great because they in Australia. I didn't realize that there were so many Howlings. I kind of want to see the second one now. Howling 3 came on last night at 1 a.m. Where's Splice Kizzy? Where was it at? On Tubi? Sonny loves 1990s. He was the one. Oh, let me see something. The doctor was... No, he wasn't. The doctor wasn't a werewolf, KT the King. The doctor... Because remember, when the doctor started walking towards him, he didn't turn. The doctor was trying to... He was... In my understanding, the doctor was studying the werewolves. And he was trying to have them integrate in society, whatever the case may be. But he wasn't a werewolf himself, I don't think. Because remember, he got scratched by them. He was about to turn into a werewolf. And then Chris shot him. Bow! Popped him. Stepped over. Shot him again. No, I'm just kidding. But Chris popped him. And then he said, thank God. Because he had been scratched. I don't think he was a werewolf. Howling 7 is musical. Why do they have so many of the Howlings? You only needed the first movie. That first movie was great. Well, hold on. KT the King 81 says Marsha Quist did not give a fuck. She was letting it go. Splice Kizzy said STDs everywhere. Werewolf STDs. Metal Mayhem 2024 says Ferals in a comic series that I think was a homage to Howling, only insanely violent. Oh, really? I've heard about Ferals. I've never read it, though. Is it fire? Should I check it out, Metal Mayhem? Did you see the look on Marsha's face in the cabin scene when Bill pulled her off him? She was mad. She was like, yo, go make him a werewolf so he'll fuck me. She was really mad. She was mad when they got there. And he was like, yo, I'm married, bro. She's like, send him home. He don't give me no penis, send him home. I'm like, damn. She was out of control. Girl, calm down. Shit. Girl, chill. Oh, yes, it came on Tubi. Oh, that means it's on Tubi. I'm about to watch that then. The doctor was trifling as hell. He set up. The doctor showed fangs and eye change when he stepped to Chris and he was growling. I don't remember that. I gotta look again. I don't think he did though, because I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Maybe I am wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. I'm gonna Google it. Was the doctor? You're probably right, but werewolf in the Howling. Okay, you're right. At least that's what the AI overview says. I don't know if that's correct. Okay, so he was a werewolf. I was confused because I didn't know if he was a werewolf or he was just working with the werewolves. You're right. The transformation scene looked like he got punched by the fist of the North. That's a fact. Metal Mayhem said the transformation scene looks like he got punched by the fist of the North Star, hitting the lycanthrope pressure points. That's a fact. That bubbling is crazy to me. That's why I was like, one in their head, one in their head, bubbling. I love that song. I know that song is like not super popular, but from Anderson .Paak, bubbling, that's what it looks like the bubbling in the face. That it reminds me of that song. Sonny One Loves the 1990s says, hold up. Why didn't they leave when she did that the first time? When she did what? What are you talking about, Sonny? Sonny Loves the 19. Sonny. I'm just gonna say Sonny. How Bill gonna leave the cabin without the rifle he gave TC to walk at night in the forest? He was asking for trouble. Metal Man said, I did. If you're a werewolf fan, you should definitely read it. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Gary Tiller said, I like that Anderson .Paak song too. That song is fire. Dog Soldiers is one of my favorite werewolf movies. People keep talking about Dog Soldiers. People keep talking about Dog Soldiers. We're about to jump into another part soon. What are your top 5 werewolf movies of all time? I just added questions to the chat. What are your top 5? But I'm going back to the live chat. Where the live chat at? Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, so last thing I want to say on the Howling. First of all, I think the Howling, those movies are like they're like very good. They're like lessons in horror storytelling because they're very succinct and to the point. Like they're both tragedies. They're both sad movies. American Werewolf in London is definitely a tragedy. It's like a beautiful ending, but a sad ending because like you know, what I mean, he was in so much pain and sadness and anger, and he couldn't kill himself because he couldn't bring himself to do it. But then at the same time, he knew that he needed to like do that to save people, but he was having trouble doing it. It was like, and then for him to finally die and be released to that, it was like beautiful, but it was sad because you liked him. He was a likable character. You know what I mean? So that was messed up. And then Karen, you know what I mean? She almost got up out of there and then she's like, I don't want to be no goddamn werewolf. You know, goddamn werewolf. And when she turned to a werewolf at the end, she kind of looked like a Wookiee. Her werewolf looked very Wookiee-ish. But anyway, but she did the right thing. She was like, yo, I'm going to turn to a werewolf on live TV so we let people know there's werewolves and then you got to shoot me because I ain't trying to live as a werewolf. And the thing is, like, it's sad because they lost everything. She lost her husband. She lost her best friend. Chris lost his wife. But before we go into the top 5 werewolf movies, I need to know. Well, not I need to know. We got to talk about my man Chris. Chris, let it go. Captain Chris, let it go. Pull up. You might as well name him Chris Hansen because he's pulling up on Predators. Dude name is Chris Hansen now because he's pulling up on Predators, bro. Bro heard his wife going through it on her phone and was like, hell fucking no. Call somebody, they like, oh, these niggas taking too long. I'm out. Went got silver bullets just in case. Drove up there. Pulled up. Loaded the rifle. Where my wife at, bro? What is going on up here? The child? Nah, B, I ain't going for it. He was not going. Pulled up to the doctor's office. Almost played himself because dude had the rifle. But dude was like a serial. He wasn't really down with them, but he was from out there, but he wasn't really down with them like that. Dude gave him the rifle and was like, let me see what you gonna do. Then tried to get to his werewolf form. Chris was like, we ain't doing all of that, bro. As soon as his head started bubbling, bow, shot him. Right in the neck. Fuck out of here, B. Pulled up to the cabin. Bro started doing that dude wolf shit like he was scaring somebody. Bow. Say something now. How now, B? Chris was a gangster, bro. He pulled up on bullshit. Shot dude. The other dude was like, silver bullets my ass. Bow. Yeah. Silver bullets, baby. Silver bullets, son. Yeah. Then the psychologist tried to bow. Dude, yeah, get in that goddamn barn. I got enough bullets for all of y'all. Get in this goddamn barn and get my homegirl back. Y'all killed my wife, I'm setting this shit on fire. Chris was gangster, man. One of the most gangsters people in horror movie lore, bro. He was straight thugged out. The only person that might have been more gangster than him was the little black kid in the remake of Salem's Lot. I don't know if y'all seen that on HBO. That little black kid was straight thugged out. He wasn't playing with none of them. He realized it was vampires. He started getting it cracking immediately. Killed his homeboy. Realized his homeboy was a vampire. Yo, I like you, but You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We gotta respect Chris, bro. I'm sorry, I went on my rant and wasn't looking at what y'all was saying. When Marsha called out Bill at night to the campfire, all the werewolves watched them clap cheeks. That's why they're howling in the background. They were all starved. That's crazy, yo. The werewolf sex scene was crazy. It was crazy. When Terry broke into Marsha, TC, and Eddie's cabin, she be in the what is that? She be in the villain then. She was kind of the villain then. Yeah, cause she was also doing too much. She was doing too much, but she ain't deserve to die. She was just trying to, figure out what was going on. Full of clips, of course. That movie was so ridiculous. I watched that because you said to watch it, but I thought that movie was mad silly. Chris is the man. Chris is gangster. Chris pulled up like the Punisher. Chris is like a frustrated black. KT the King 81 says Chris was like a frustrated black parent. Everyone getting a whooping. That's a fact. We all need a partner like Chris who don't play. And not only was Chris gangster because he pulled up and got his get back for what happened to his wife and whatever, man, they did his wife dirty. He got his get back for what happened to his wife. But also his homegirl didn't want to be a werewolf. He's like, yo, I got you. I'll finish you off. He probably went to jail for that. He's like, I'll finish you off and I'll take the rap for it. What the fuck I got left to lose? My wife gone. I got you, B. F these werewolves, bro. And then old thirsty ass shorty gonna be alive at the end. There was too many werewolves out there. There was a lot of them, bro. As soon as the head was bubbling, Chris popped his bubble. That's a fact, Gary Tyndall. Gary Tyndall 2826. As soon as the head was bubbling, Chris popped his bubble. He damn sure did. He wasn't playing with him. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's a messed up way for Karen to get a divorce by shooting Bill when he been in the cow car. KT the King veteran, you're a fool, bro. You are a fool for that one, bro. Bro said that's the messed up way for her to get a divorce. Yeah, she had to get him out of there. He was bugging. Before that, he was on some bullshit too, though. He was a little on some bullshit. Just a little bit. Also, I started watching and I wrote for it, but I didn't record it yet. What's the name of that movie? Fright Night. And one thing I'll say about Fright Night, and I don't want to say too much because I want to wait for y'all to see it, is that the main character was an asshole, bro. You treat his girlfriend really whack. From the beginning, I was like, yo, I didn't realize he was that unlikable at first. But anyway. Sonny loves the 1990s. He cheated. F him. He trifling hoe too. He damn sure did cheat. He cheated with a bro cheated with an audience and then had the nerve to slap her when she asked him where he was at. He was out of control. Yeah, Brewster was a damn fool. All right, real quick before we get out of here, I did a post on YouTube asking people what are their top 5 werewolf movies. I could have known this double feature wasn't good. What are people's top 5 werewolf movies? And hold on. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where's the post? Right here. And a lot of people said, I saw a lot of, some people said Underworld. I don't know if I count Underworld as just a full werewolf movie because it's vampires too, but I'll take it. Somebody said Brotherhood of the Wolf, which is a French film. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna look at it. Somebody said the 2010 Wolfman. I didn't really like that movie like that with Benicio del Toro and Emily Blunt. Um, Somebody said Werewolf by Night, the Disney one. That was dope, but I don't count that as a movie. And I see a lot of people keep saying Dog Soldiers. I don't even know what that is. But I kind of want to see that now because I keep hearing about Dog Soldiers. I don't know if I should watch that. But people keep telling me that one is fire. Most people have American Werewolf on there and Dog Soldiers. Somebody put Curse. That was you, KT. Curse 2005 movie with Christina Ricci and the actor who played Lex Luthor in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. And then Lisa is on Tubi. You love you some Tubi movies, bro. Somebody put Teen Wolf in there. Somebody put Van Helsing. I don't know if I. And then somebody said Van Helsing in the werewolf scene from Thriller. Then somebody put Company of Wolves. I don't know what that is. Apparently, it's a British movie. I'm trying to think. Somebody put a movie in here that I remember. Some people put Silver Bullet, which I think should be in there. Ginger Snaps. I don't know what that is. I've heard of it, but I've never watched it. This is the one that got me. Somebody put Wolf. Y'all remember Wolf with Jack Nicholson from the 90s, I think it was? That shit was fire. I watched that movie mad times as a kid. I forgot about that movie. I forgot how many werewolf movies we have. So let me look at what y'all got in the chat. All right, so KT the King said, please do Blade 2 soon. That's coming. Sonny loves the 1997. My husband ever do that. I'm sending Chris Hansen after him. All right, so let's do it. Let's see what we got in the chat. Full Circle Radio says Dog Soldiers, Wolfen. I don't know what that is. Howling 3. You got the Howling 3 over Howling 1. Interesting. Full Moon High and Wolfhound. I don't know any of these movies except I don't know any of these movies. I haven't seen any of these movies. Bruh, Dog Soldiers is worth it. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. KT the King 81. They use gorilla costumes in Howling Part 2 because they lost some of the werewolf costumes. That's crazy. KT the King says Dog Soldiers is on Tubi. Dog Soldiers is from 2002. That makes me not want to watch it as much. Metal Mayhem says Ginger Snaps. Okay. Y'all don't kick me out. But I don't like horror movies. I'm not gonna kick you out. You imagination, you game. You don't gotta like horror movies. I might switch to an action movie next. The Bathroom Scene of Wolf. Nah, Chris from Howling. He was a gangster. Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox. Yeah, I said it. Okay, Metal Mayhem says Ginger Snap synopsis. A wolf bites a teen girl on her first period, turning her into a monster while her sister seeks a cure. That sounds interesting enough. Is that a Stephen King book? That sounds like some shit he would write. Yeah, she was definitely trying to get a Karen in the house. Splice Kizzy, Silver Bullet, Dog Soldiers, The Howling, American Werewolf in London, and that's 4. Okay, that's a good list, I think. Silver Bullet definitely got to be on there. That shit was fire. Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox. That's what Lily first said. What else we got? Is there any movies I don't know about? Because I think I gotta watch Dog Soldiers now because too many of y'all are talking about it. So I'm putting Dog Soldiers on there. I think for me, oh, my cat is bugging out again. Silver Bullet, The Lost Boys is Vampires, Bones 212. That don't count. American Werewolf in Paris, Fright Night, Underworld. Those are just horror movies, though. I'm talking about werewolf movies. Ain't no werewolves in Fright Night, and ain't no werewolves in The Lost Boys. Karen should have known something was wrong when Bill randomly wanted to start eating meat. That's a fact. Bro was like, "Yeah, this is good. These ribs is good." Bro went straight to ribs. He ain't had no chicken or nothing. He went straight to ribs. Old school Wolfman. I have to check that out. Um, my top five werewolf movies is definitely Silver Bullet, American Werewolf in London, The Howling. I'm probably gonna add Wolf to that list. And I don't know if I have a fifth yet because I have to. Because I don't feel like there's. I think there's a lot of werewolf movies, but there's still not a lot of werewolf movies. There's more vampire movies than werewolf movies, especially recently. Like vampires are still hot. I don't feel like they do werewolf movies like that anymore. And I want some more werewolf movies. That would be nice. We need some more werewolf movies, yo. Karen is in the Howling Part 2. How? She got shot. She didn't die? See, now I gotta see it. You gotta see Bad Moon from 1996. Good werewolf movies. You and Tubi, bro. Yo, bro, you need to have a commercial for Tubi where you just promote Tubi, bro. Because every time I come on here, this nigga talk about Tubi. He's like, yo, you gotta watch this. It's on Tubi. But you want him? You want to know something funny, KT? I'll be on Tubi now. It's because of you. I'll be on Tubi. I'll be on Tubi, bro. Wolfman with Ron Chaney. I can't get his name. Think it came out in 1946. I gotta check it out. All right, I gotta get off this live now, man. I'm in this room. My AC weak as hell. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this AC. But I gotta get off this live. Thank y'all for kicking it with me again. These are one of the highlights of my week. Again, if y'all want to, make sure y'all hit the hype button on my channel so that my stuff gets seen. But then also on top of that, if you can spare a super chat, please do. Whether it's $2 or 20, whatever you got is helpful. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for the continuous support of the channel and the content. It's like it's been really dope. So with that being said, I'm finna ski dad. I'm gonna get off here. Thank y'all for kicking it with me. And also I did a edit of last Sunday's live. Is gonna premiere this Tuesday. And I'm gonna put Never Ending Story back up on YouTube this week. So be on the lookout for those. And hey, once again, man, thank y'all for like continuing to support the content and showing love to what I got going on. All right, peace, y'all.